Hello, my name is Mark Salinas. I'm the Arts and Culture Coordinator for Carson City. Guess what October is? That's right, it's National Arts and Humanities Month, a coast-to-coast celebration of the importance of arts in America. Here in Carson City, I've been visiting other departments to see how art plays a role in the day-to-day activities. Today, we're here at the Carson City Library with Sina Lloyd. Thank you, Sina, for having us here today.
Not a problem. I'm excited for you guys to see what we have.
Well, this is not a typical library. This is more than just a book on a shelf. Tell me how you developed it into what it is today.
So we are going to look at the past, present, and future of the library. So what we have here is we have some books from our reference collection. And we have a very strong Nevada-specific reference collection. You'll see here some poems, so we have some literary art. We also have some illustrations that grace the covers of some of these books.
Yeah, it's some great work. I love that line
but
work.
Also within, so you can really tell about our past by taking a look at the historical illustrations that you see in the works for Nevada.
Illustration and storytelling go hand in hand, and here are some great references here in the state capitol.
So then we move on to our present. I mean, we have digital books. That's definitely something that we do have here at the Carson City Library. But we just celebrated 2 years ago our 50th anniversary, and we had this commissioned, and this is a work. It's called Nevada, and they've designed it to be very reminiscent of Nevada. We've got a Home Means Nevada in here. We have our wild horses, and we have our state seal.
This is done by the duo Rachel and Debbie Lambin.
Yes, absolutely.
Where they're actually taking old books, you could call it upcycling them, recycling them, but actually taking a book for what it is, pages between a cover, and folding it, turning it into a three-dimensional story itself.
And doing it in a way that you still see the words on those pages, and so they still have meaning within the different sculptures they've made as well. So that's great.
So all this storytelling is so important to education, to learning, to job resources. Tell us the future of what's happening here at the library.
So here at the Carson City Library, we've opened a makerspace. We also have a mobile makerspace. So we took our old library van and turned that into a makerspace that goes around to the different schools. But here we're actually standing in the makerspace. And here we have soldering classes, we have sewing, or textile design, we have laser cutting, we have 3D printing, we have a vinyl cutter in this space as well, and a mini CNC machine. Now these are more than dual purpose. We have workforce development, so we are helping individuals learn skills that will transfer hopefully to WNC to get a certification, or to other manufacturers here in our community, but also for the hobbyists, for individuals who want to make things and use their hands to do so. I mean, it's definitely a movement right now, but as we have become a culture that just uses, it's very nice to be able to introduce that idea of making. Behind me we have a 3D printer running, and we also have a resin 3D printer. So it's, instead of taking and printing the filament, it's using UV light to cure the filament and print in that 3D printed form.
So over time, I mean, the library has become more than just the resources of reading about how something's done. You're actually doing it here. And that creative problem solving, when you're dealing with what we see here, is so important when it comes to the job market, because employers are wanting creative problem solving employees, people who can think both 2D and 3D and how those come together in the world to produce a value.
And also how to troubleshoot some of these things. So we do have certifications, so you can go through that certification process, and then you get to use the items that are around me. We have our laser cutter back there as well. And for the laser cutter, for instance, using that, learning how to use that, and if you come across a problem, being able to fix that problem. I look at libraries here, especially this library, as not necessarily a place to discover a love of reading, but it's a place for our community to discover a love of knowledge and really be able to connect with that knowledge in whatever fashion that might be. It might still be by reading a book. I mean, we have a textile design book right here. Or it might be by actually having your hands on.
Right.
Or it might be a combination of
Right.
both.
I think that's well taken. I think this really serves an important role in our community, not today, but also for tomorrow. So one valid Carson City Library card gives you access to all of this.
So yeah, so the makerspace here does require a Premier Library card, which if you live, work, go to school, or volunteer in Carson City, you can access.
Okay.
If you haven't been here or had a card for 90 days, we do have a waiting period, or you can ask for an exemption from that. That's okay too. And then a regular library card will give you access to everything else that we have in this space.
Sina, thanks for wrapping up a month's worth of visiting other city departments and seeing how arts really takes a role in the day-to-day problem solving, envisioning of Carson City's future. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And please, community, come out and use this space. We look forward to having you.